Hi guys, welcome to Vic and Rugby. Welcome to the Springbok Team Announcement. I'm a little bit early because it just came out and I want to be live as quick as possible. So the Springbok team has come out. We're going to go through it one by one, but I'm actually going to just have to get that image because I haven't even got the image of the team up yet. There is still one question mark that has not been answered. Is it Sia or is it Paul de Villiers? But I'm going to put that out there. There you go. You got this. There you go, the whole team right there over my whole beautiful face there. There you go. That's actually the lineup for Saturday. We'll go through them one by one afterwards, but that's your lineup for Saturday. Some major changes there. I'm a happy man because number 9 and number 10 are not starting. Morning, Yanlu, morning. Now it's live already, so here we go. So we're going to go through the whole team one by one. This is the second test on the 29th of August at the DHL Stadium there in Cape Town. Some big calls there, some worrying calls for me. I've got to be honest, I'm worried. But let's take this away and let's go straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it, guys. And tell me what you think about it in the poll at the bottom. Look, Rassie, what does Rassie come up with? Look, easy. Not a lot of changes to the starting lineup. Obviously, one through injury. Cheslin Colby is out injured, but let's start off, baby. It is Ox and Che going to be our loose head prop. So no changes there. I thought he played fantastic. I actually thought it went downhill for us when Ox went off the field. Then at our hooker, Malcolm Mark stays the hooker because I thought he also didn't play bad. I don't think the pack was our problem on Saturday. At the tight head prop, that's the big man. Wilco Lowe keeps his position at the tight head prop. Then no changes to our two locks. Ibn Etzebet at 4, Ruan Norkia at 5. At the moment, it is Paul de Villiers. There could be a late change. Like I said, it's either Paul de Villiers or Sia. Now, if Sia comes in, does Paul de Villiers go to the bench? That's the question. But as of now, it is Paul de Villiers starting. Then, of course, looks like Peter Steph de Toy will be our captain again at the number 7 position. Jasper Visser is at 8 again. So only one change. No changes to the starting 8 to our pack, which I think is okay because I think they did well. The starting pack did really well. Then the changes come in. Kobus Reinach will start at 9. I didn't think he was that great either, but I think it was better than Grant Williams. The GOAT himself, he's back. Andre Pollard. Nadine, shout out to Nadine. She's going to be happy there that Andre Pollard's back. I think we just need a leader. I think we need a leader in the 10 position. I didn't think Sasha was good. Then because of the injury to Cheslin Colby, Ethan Hooker is our new number 11. And Kurtley Arneson, he drops to 14. Drops to 14. He becomes the 14. He takes that spot. We don't change our two centers. Damien Dialinde at 12 and Jesse Creel at 13. So no changes whatsoever there. And at 15, it's still Damien Willemse. I hope. I just looked at that team before and I forgot to have a look. It is Willemse. There you go. So it is Damien Willemse at 15. Then on the bench. Now, guys, you've got to understand what I'm going to say now. This is nothing personal. Deon Fourie starting on the bench. What am I going to say here? I'm happy for Deon Fourie. I think he's played sensational. And I'm the first to always say age does not matter. But if you're a Springbok, if we're bringing in 40-year-olds now or whatever, I don't know how old Deon Fourie is. The question is to all the young players out there, what's wrong with you? I'm glad for Deon Fourie. He will play a big game. He's a monster player. But what is wrong with the younger players there? There you go. Gerard Steenkamp keeps his place on the bench as well at 17. At 18, Thomas the Tank. Thomas the Toy is back at 18. Then we have a lock change. Kobus Visser's out of the team. I didn't think he did a lot wrong. He didn't have a lot of time to show anything. Luke the Yarker's back in the team. Andre Esterhuizen keeps his spot at, what was that, 16, 17, 18, 19, at 20. There you go. So Andre Esterhuizen keeps his spot at, then Cameron Hanekom has come into the team as well. I thought he should have been in the first team already. He played well against the Argentinians. Then, no Grant Williams in the team. I can commentate on Saturday. I said I refuse to commentate if he's going to be on the... So I spoke to Rassie this morning. No, Morne van der Berg is going to be our backup scrum half. And our backup fly half is none other than Sasha. So Sasha going to the bench, which I think is good. Andre Esthuizen is obviously going to be our reserve there if anything goes wrong with the wings or the centers, like he did on Saturday. I thought he was one of the few bench players on Saturday that really showed me he should be in the team. But that's it, boys. That is the lineup. Let me give you the whole. Let me tell you, Sia is, how do you say, is on standby as number 24. If Sia gets healthy by Saturday, I think Sia starts. That's why they put the team out like this. This is how they put the team out. They got Sia, Kolisi, Paul de Villiers. So they actually got Sia starting ahead of Paul de Villiers. But I can't see that happening because they have penciled in Peter Steph Totoy as the captain. So I think it's Paul de Villiers ahead of Sia. But we'll see what happens there in the next few days or hours. Bench strong there. I'm going to quickly just change my... sorry about this, Peter Steph. Sorry about this. Just going to make you a little bit smaller. There you go. So that is the official team for Saturday. That is our 24 because we've got 2 on the 6. We're not sure. The Rassie is not sure yet. But that doesn't make a difference. I thought Paul de Villiers played sensationally well. Guys, tell me what you think about the team. I am happy. I'm happy and you know it. Clap your hands. Look, I'm happy that Grant Williams is out of the team. I have nothing against Grant Williams. He plays for my Sharks. But if you play as cuck as he did on Saturday, you got to get out the team. I feel for Marnie. I honestly feel for Marnie because I didn't think Marnie was that bad when he came on. And I actually thought Sasha out the team as well. Pollard and Marnie. But Rassie has decided differently. Obviously, I don't know why we're dropping Marnie. I don't know. But look, no Ches and Colby. So that's most probably the big reason Andre Pollard is definitely starting. Because if we don't have Chesney starting, I mean, you can't give the kicking to Sasha because he can't fucking scop to save his life. So we got the GOAT in there. The man I call the greatest kicker of all time, Andre Pollard. Now the question is, are New Zealand going to tremble in their boots with this when they play this team? Hell no. Hell no. New Zealand looks strong as hell, man. They're not going to be trembling at all. They're going to be definitely, they'll be up for it. I mean, look, we're not changing the pack. 1 through 8, it's the same. And I think 1 through 8 was sensational the first 50 minutes. I thought when we started changing and we bring on the replacements, I thought that's when our scrum got weaker. So I think it's a good start. No, Dave Rennie's got a strong Lions team out there. Well, I'll mention that later. I could mention that, but I actually don't want to do it when the team announcements, when he does the announcement for the Springboks, which I think he'll do on Thursday. Farsi not getting a game. I feel for some of the bench players. You know, I feel for Kobus Visser, who's not in there anymore, and I feel for Zachary Porthen. They didn't have a lot of time to shine. I'm glad to see Cameron Hunter come back. I'm glad to see Morne van der Berg on the bench. Fuck, I do not want to see Grant Williams. I'm sorry, man. I do not want to see Grant Williams. I have nothing against the kid, man, or the man, or whatever. I have nothing against any players. I just evaluate you on what I saw. My eyes, you know, I'm not like Eben. I was at the eye doctor. I evaluate what I saw, and Grant Williams was horrifically cuck on the weekend. Cuck. I don't know. Don't worry, Highlander. We deserve to lose, though. Listen here. A lot of people say that, but I don't think these young boys are ready for it, man. Look at the young boys that we've got in the team. Sasha, not ready for the big occasion. No, this is the team Rassie put out. This is the official on the Springboks homepage. Sia and Paul de Villiers, it's a game time decision. It's a game time decision. Well, that's the way SA Rugby's brought it out. I can't see Sia starting because if Sia was starting, why the hell is Peter Steph Toy is still the captain. I think Paul de Villiers is starting and healthy, and they're waiting to see, is Sia going to get ready for the weekend? My big question is, if Sia does play, if Sia starts and Paul de Villiers doesn't, do you push Paul de Villiers to the bench? Who are you going to throw off the bench? I don't think so. I think Paul de Villiers is starting, and I think Sia is game time decision. If Sia is 100% healthy, he'll take Paul de Villiers' spot, and de Villiers will be out of the team altogether. Me, I'm not very happy with this team. I'm sorry. Look, the first 50 minutes, the New Zealander scrum looked shit, let's be honest. And the last 30, it looked world beaters. The minute Ox and Che went off and Wilco Low, I think we went downhill. I think the pack, I don't think we lost the game because of the big boys. I think we lost the game at 9 and 10 on the weekend. I'm trying to read as many comments as I can, guys. Highlanders, biggest turning point in the first test was AB scrum, yes. Rassi, yes. Mate, it's going to be raining in the weekend. Great news for us Kiwis. We grow up playing and executing our skills in the rain. The wetter, the better. I actually think not. Because the more it's wetter and stuff like that, I think it becomes that slow scrum mauling game. I think South Africa's better. So I think New Zealand like the sunshine, man. Look, like I said, nothing against any players. I don't think Deon Fourie should be in the team. Not because he's not good enough. But are we taking the old age home with us now? Is Deon Fourie going to the World Cup? I don't want to see anybody in these games that is definitely not going to the World Cup. What is next? Are we going to fucking call up Willie Leroux? Or are we going to bring Nas Buerta out of retirement? Yeah, he's bracketed. That's because we don't know what's going on. On the wing after he picked up a niggle in the first test. Should Kolisi make it through training comfortably this week? He will. That's what I say. He will replace Paul de Villiers and he will be the captain. As a Springbok supporter, we are losing again. I think so. Look, I'm glad to see Thomas du Toit in there because, and Deon Fourie will give us that power. We won't fall off as much as we did. We fell off. We fell off with a substitute on the weekend. Nobody from the bench other than Andre Esterhuizen had a good performance. Yeah. Geez, I can't get through all these chats at the moment. Rank it. Daily doses. What about Cannon Moody on out? Yes, I'm surprised Cannon Moody's not there. I honestly thought Cannon Moody could have replaced Jesse Creel. I would have liked to see that. I don't know if Lou Toyaka is the right person. I don't think he's fit. Where is Marnie Lebok and Quinn Horn? Says Gerald Camper. I'm going to go through all the chats as much as I can. Mike Larry, I agree. 9 and 10 were our biggest struggle. Look, we have a big problem. South Africa, we have Houston, we have a problem. No, Pretoria, we have a problem. We don't have a fucking 9 and a 10. Pollard's our best 10. He's getting on in age. Kobus Reinach is about to get ready for the stroller. Grant Williams is not good enough. I'm missing Ambrose Papier. I would have started Morne van der Berg and put Ambrose Papier on the bench. That's just me. Call me befogged, man. I don't think Kurtley Arneson has been in form this season. I hope he proves me wrong. Be honest, if we put the team against the Springboks that we are playing with, the Lions, do you honestly think the Springboks could beat them? I haven't seen that Lions team yet, the All Blacks. Listen here. I'm one of those delusional South Africans. I've told you boys from the beginning, the All Blacks are strong. But the Empire should strike back on the weekend. I mean, look, if the Springboks go down 2-0, then for me, they've lost the series, because for me, that's a 3-game series. That thing there in Hamburger country there where the man builds the greatest wall, that is for me a showpiece. That is cuck. I don't know. That's just the way Rassi has put it out. Because you're going to keep Fourie, Steenekamp and du Toit on the bench. You have to have Luke de Jager as a reserve lock. Hanekom is basically, and Esterhuizen are covering the 6, 7 and 8. So I guess that's what they're looking. I think. Look, I'm not worried. I'm not worried because basically I'm the one of the few people out there that said, even if we lose this 4-0, it would be fucking a travesty and we would get our asses whipped and everything. I don't care. I care about 2027, somewhere in the end of November being, that's what's important to me. Papia was exposed defensively for the Bulls against the midweek team. Now, but look, let's be honest. When Papia played that first time for the Springboks, he was sensational in the first half. I think that, look, I love Rassie. Rassie's for me the GOAT, greatest coach of all time. But he's got a lot of favorites, man. There's a lot of favorites in there, man. Some of these players have reached their level, man. They've reached their level. We can't be knocking the balls on as much. You are right there, kid Senegal. I honestly know that Ibn Etzebeth is done with his international career. Morne, Van der Berg and Kuhnhorn should have started at 9 and 10. Combo with Grant and Lebok on the bench. Gaza should play 12. There you go. Everybody, listen, this is the good thing about sports, guys. Let me just take this away quickly. I'm going to run through the whole team again, one by one. That is the great fucking thing about sports. We are all professional coaches. All 60 million South Africans, all 5.5 million New Zealanders, we all know it better than Dave Rennie and Rassie. Come on, let's be honest. They know nothing. All of you guys, we know it better, don't we? Now, that's the cool thing about sports. Everybody thinks they're the coach. We don't see what goes on during the practices. We don't see the relationships that have been formed and stuff like that. If we lose 4-0, I don't think losing 4-0 to New Zealand changes anything. Saturday, not salary. Salary should be docked with a... I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. You shouldn't get paid if you don't win in sports. But I thought de Villiers was one of the... Me too. I never hope for anybody. I just hope Sia's not healthy for this game. I hope it's de Villiers. I thought de Villiers was very good. The team sheet that played on salary should have won. This team sheet isn't a response to the loss. I don't think so. Because listen here, I'm going to put out the team again quickly. You look at that team. Now, if I was the coach, I'm starting the same front eight. I would do that. I wouldn't have Sia there. I would start Morne van der Berg with Andre Pollard. You've got to put Ethan Hooker in there because Cheslin Colby's injured. I would have kept Damien de Linde. I thought he was good. I would have taken out JC Creel. Definitely, I would have put in Cannon Moody because I think Andre Esterhuizen has to be on the bench. I think he's a great bench option. I wouldn't have had Dion Fourie in there. No, not at all. I find that quite... I would have kept Jan-Hendrik Wessels at 16. I would have had Steenekamp at 17. Thomas de Toy at 18. I would have kept Kobus Visser at 19. I'm not a fan of Luke de Jager. I think he's just not on it at the moment. Esterhuizen I would have had in the team. Hanekom. Backup, I would have had Kobus Reinach. And my backup, I would have had Sasha out and I would have Marnie in at the backup. Listen here, it could happen, man. It could happen. Have Grant Williams and Sasha Feinberg overtaken Brandy and Coke are South Africa's worst? Fucking hell. Now that is I got whoever said Echo Chamberlain, Echo Clippies and Coke. It's like Williams and FM. No, they were cut. Yes. Listen here, guys. Listen here. This week, we're going to have on Saturday morning the pre-game show in the morning at 10 o'clock Central European time. We got the pre-game show just before kickoff. We got the game. We got the player ratings afterwards. And on Sunday morning, like we had this Sunday, we're going to have the day after show. We've got the All Black Springboks. Obviously, we got Argentina, Australia on the weekend. It's all on this channel. We got the Currie Cup this weekend. Tomorrow we got the Lions against New Zealand. You look at this team, right? You look at who's the oldest player playing for the All Blacks? Most probably Geordie Barrett, right? Is the oldest. Him and most probably Cody Taylor, the two oldest. You look at our team, Ox, Malcolm Marx, Ibn Etzebeth, Sia Kolisi, Peter Steph de Toy. Kobus Reinach is basically fucking that old he should be having a stroller. Damien DeLinde, Jesse Creel. We got a very old team, guy. I think nervous. Listen here. If you tell me now, if you All Blacks tell me now, or if anybody tells me South Africa's going to lose this 4-0, this series 4-0, but we win the World Cup, I will sign right now. I don't give a shit if we lose this 4-0 if we win the World Cup. Old team, new game. Taylor, Cody Taylor, there you go, 35. We got people going over 40, man. How old's Dion Fourie? 375 years old, man. Kobus and Dion Fourie. I mean, what I got to say is, got a lot of bloody Stormers in there as well. 2-0, I could become incoming. Look, will the Springboks bounce back? Will they play differently? I think so. I think they learned their lesson. These boys have to. What is the team? Well, the team is, man. I'm going to go through them one by one again for you guys. Here we go. Let's start it off. Let's go. So, Rassie Erasmus, this is the official starting 15 plus the bench. That's what I'm saying, man. Look, you go down 2-0. That fourth test for me is all about making money. It's a 3-test series for me. The 3 tests in South Africa count for me. The 4th test, I don't give a shit who plays in the 4th test. You can bring, for me, who's the Hendricks brothers back. I don't give a fuck. Cheslin's not playing. So this is the team from Rassie. I'm going through the team for you guys. So, loose head prop, Oxenche. Our hooker, Malcolm Marx. The tight head prop will be Wilco Low. At number 4, our lock, Ibn Etzebeth. Alongside him, it's going to be Ruan Nortje. At the moment, it is Paul de Villiers with a possibility, let me go, that it could be Sia Kolisi. That is up in the air. That's the only question that Rassie has not answered. Then we go to number 7, Peter Steph de Toy. Number 8, Jasper Wiss, who I thought was a monster on the weekend. At number 9, we're going Kobus Reinach. Don't know about that one. I would have preferred to see Morne van der Berg there. At 10, Andre Pollard. At 11, Ethan Hooker, who is replacing Cheslin Colby. But he's moving to 11 because Kurtley Arnese is moving to 14. Then, Damien Willemse will be at 15. Our two backs, let me put that out there. Our two centers stay the same on Damien DeLinde and Jesse Creel. On the bench, we have Dion Fourie. It's got to take Sierra away there. Oh, why not? Yeah, Dion Fourie, Gerard Steenkamp. Thomas de Toy's back in the team, like to see that. Then we have Luke de Jager, Andre Esterhuizen, Cameron Hanekom, Morne van der Berg, and Sasha Feinberg Mongozulu on the bench as well. So yeah, that is the team. I'm just going to quickly do something there. There you go. So that is the team for the weekend. Would I have picked this team? No. Am I Rassie Erasmus? No. Am I getting paid the big bucks to make the big decisions? No. Does he know? He has forgotten more about rugby than I will ever know. So let's put it that way. Huh? That is the team. I'll put it out there for you again. Now we've got to see. Look, I don't really give a shit what the New Zealanders come up with because the New Zealand team is stacked. I don't want to hear any South African. Please, nobody. The whole weekend, my weekend, I had to deal with idiots. The ref had nothing to do with it. We were cuck. New Zealand played better. They outfought us. They outclassed us. Dave Reddy outcoached Rassie. That's just the bottom line. Rassie and the boys have got to come up with an answer. If only Ox could play 80 minutes, I agree with you there. I'm trying to read as many as I can. Rassie's playing up against goats. The ABs are also showing you what the... There you go, man. Dion Fourie picked to keep the Stellenbosch Mafia happy. Okay, all right. Was there Mafia in Stellenbosch? I didn't know that. I used to live there. I live in that area. Do you see the two teams matching up in the... I do see... I don't know. I don't see the two teams matching up in the quarterfinals. I'm telling you now. South Africa and New Zealand will not meet in the quarterfinals next year at the Rugby World Cup. And that's going to screw World Rugby, and I like that because our World Rugby is an annoying bunch of fucking little bastards. How does the number 1 and 2 team get in the same half of the draw? That is fucking ridiculous, man. I think either New Zealand lose to Australia on purpose, or South Africa is going to give a game away on purpose, like play the bench players and tell them not to win the game. I think South Africa and New Zealand one of them is not going to finish top of the group, and they're going to go into different parts. I just think that's the way it's going to go. Our All Blacks outplayed us. No, they didn't just outplayed us. They outworked us. Their tactics were better. Their coaching was better. They played better. They made less mistakes. Everything, man. And you know what? Fuck it, they were on load sharing, man. Who was that? Echo Chamberlain. The Springboks were on load sharing after 60 minutes. Well, after 50 minutes. I thought the power was switched off. You're right, man. Load sharing. Load sharing. But listen here. Look, Rassie has to come up with answers. The players have to come up with answers. Bottom line. The referee was sensational. I think this weekend it's the Georgian referee. I think he's good as well. And then a lot of people, I got so annoyed. Oh, but you know, Springboks have an advantage because they're playing at altitude. Now, guys, I'm going to show you something. All right, let's start off at altitude. Okay, this game's at Cape Town, so it doesn't make. But on Saturday, people talked about altitude. Where does Oxen play? Oxenchair plays for the Sharks, sea level. Malcolm Marx plays in Japan, sea level. Will Colo, he's one of them. Eben plays at sea level. Rowan Nokia up north. Paul de Villiers, sea level. Peter Steph de Toy, sea level. Jasper Visser, sea level. Kobus Reinach, sea level. Ethan Hooker, sea level. Damien de Linde, sea level. Jesse Creel, sea level. Kirkley Arneson is in Japan, sea level. Damien Willems is sea level. Now come to me, the South Africans, what do you think? Oh, so I think New Zealanders have more players playing at altitude than we do, man. Nah, Pollard won't play 80 minutes. No. Neither will Kobus Reinach unless they play fucking unbelievable. No one wants 4-0. No. Hey, listen here, don't get me wrong. I don't want 4-0. I just think if it goes 4-0, is it the end of the world? No. Because, listen here, the New Zealanders are an unbelievable team. It's the same as if South Africa would have won this series 4-0. I don't think you have to panic in New Zealand. The World Cup is a different beast again. The games are closer. We'll see. But it is a big week for the Boks. We can lose on the weekend, but it's how we lose. It's the way we lost on Saturday. It's not that we lost. We lost to you guys at Eden Park. The week afterwards in Wellington, we thrashed you. Things like that can happen in sports. It's not if you lose, it's how you lose sometimes. At a World Cup, it's if you win or if you lose, that's all that counts. It doesn't matter how you win. You can win 3 games by 1 point like we did at the last World Cup. No one asks that question anymore. Name on the trophy, that's all. These games, it is also how you lose. And we got fucking annihilated, man. We took it from behind without any Vaseline, man. The art of war rugby is a game you play and you get played. Okay, every game is a final and the Boks win finals. Well, Saturday is a fucking final then. Because if we lose on Saturday, my son, we are in Cuck Street. We are going to get so... The media will fucking destroy the Springboks. You know, you can slip up once. It's not a problem. We slipped up on the weekend. If we don't bounce back, you know the South African media, the South African fans, they will be asking for Rassie's head, which would be stupid. Now, look, we've just got to win this game, guys. We've just got to win this game. But thanks for all the chats. I mean, amazing in here, man. Wix Aleki, as a Kiwi, the Boks will answer with pure. I think so. Look, they did it. Remember after the Eden Park one? I mean, in Wellington, it was an annihilation. But I don't know if that's going to happen twice. You know, lightning doesn't strike twice. There will be no messing up. Pollard will punish us. Look, the kicking wasn't our problem on the weekend. Chesson kicked very well. I think the decision-making on the position 9 and 10 with Grant Williams and Sasha, I think their decision-making was very, very poor. And you can't blame a loss on two guys. But they were the two worst players on the field, okay? Let's be honest. And they are in a position, they're basically like in American football, they're your quarterbacks. If they fuck up, the game goes downhill fast. Libok 10, Sasha 12. No, Damien played really well in the week. I think Jesse could have been something. I don't mind if Pollard plays 80 minutes and Sasha comes in as a reserve fullback for Damien Williamson. I think in these big games you need Marnus is in the house. Just in the lineup. I'm happy with this lineup. No Grant Williams. And listen here. I said it live on the channel on Sunday morning, the day after show. I said if Grant Williams starts this game, Vern's commentating on his own. I refuse to commentate it. And not because I don't like Grant Williams personally or anything like that. Great guy, whatever. But you cannot play that bad and keep your spot. And Rassi obviously watched the show. Rassi obviously watched the show on Sunday morning. Well, this will be another loss, I'm afraid. ABs will win this year. Could be. Hey, listen here. I'm loving the enthusiasm from you, your passion, and love the game. Thanks a lot there, BBV. Listen now, look. I was the one, and all you South Africans, all the ones that are on here all the time, like Marnus and stuff like that. I told you guys we got to be careful. I told you we're going to get opgefok if we're arrogant, man. Feels Rusty's going with pure Dutchman rugby. Okay. That is from Drifty MR. Then Ashrafayo. If you're not happy with the lineup, can you explain why? And who would you have chosen in this? Like I said before, I would have not started Kobus Reinach. I would have started Morne van der Berg at the 9. Otherwise, I would have kept that lineup as is. I would have put Jesse Creel out and I would have put in Cannon Moody. Creel would have not been in the team for me. I would have not have started Dion Fourie. I don't think a 40-year-old's the right answer. I would have kept Jan-Henrik Wessels. Steene come to toys, okay. I would have not had Luke de Jong. I don't think he's been in form. I would have kept Kobus Wisse. Andre Esterhuizen, yes. Cameron Hanekom, yes. On the bench, I would have had Kobus Reinach on the bench. And I wouldn't have had Sasha Mongazulu in the team at all. I would have had Mani Libok. Dion Faurie's 40 years old, man. What is... Wait, 1 second. I'm 55. 1 second. It's Rassi calling me. No, I can't play, man. I'm 55. I mean, geez, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You can't play fucking 40-year-olds. They're too old, man. They're too old. I think this lineup more likely secures a win in wet weather. I think so too. I think this is a very, how do you say, old school rugby lineup where you just maul and you stuff like it. Not a lot of kicking game. Moody is injured. Okay, hands up. Look. Okay. 55. There you go. Yeah, there's the problem, man. I mean, if the Boks lose again, the double plane flyover will be full of... There's a lot of expats going for New Zealand in any case. You don't need to lose this game, my friend. Listen here, huh? The exodus is there. You're 55 as well. 55, man. That's the new 25, isn't it? It's just one rusty game. I had that on our community page. We've got a few polls out there. Is it a rusty game? We haven't lost back-to-back games since 2021. That's all I'm saying. I'm optimistic, but I'm cautiously optimistic because I do not underestimate Dave Rennie and I do not underestimate the All Blacks. Their 9 and 10 combination is light years ahead of ours. I thought Geordie Barrett at 12 was fucking unbelievable. Lomax, Cody Taylor. I thought they were monster. I thought Tupavai played well. Or as my co-commentator Vern says, Tupperware. We'll see what happens now. We're going to have to see what happens now. But guys, thanks for joining me. I don't want to ramble on too long. We've got a lot of programs to do this week. We'll be announcing the All Black team when that comes out. I think it comes out on Thursday. Do join us. Franco Mostert is done, my son. Franco's just too old, man. Don't forget, join us tomorrow evening. We can talk a lot about it together tomorrow evening. It's going to be The Lions against the All Blacks. Join us. We're going to be live there. It starts at 7:10. We're going to be there about 40 minutes beforehand at 6:30 Central European time. Now, Colby can't play because Colby is injured. We tried the game plan. They're going, look, guys, it's going to be bloody interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. The banter's going to be great. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We are really going to enjoy ourselves with this one, man. And look, could South Africa go down 2-0? Yes. Fucking, no, without a doubt, we could go down 2-0. If you're a neutral, which I'm not, but if you're a neutral fan, if you're not a Kiwi and you're not a Springbok, maybe you're English, French, or Australian, you actually want it to be 1-1 for that third test to mean everything. Because the fourth test means fuck all. That is pure money-making crap. They're traveling from South Africa to the US to play the fourth test. That is just to promote 2031. For me, you can play Dion Fourie there, and you can let Sasha play again, and you can bring in the Hendricks brothers and even Ruiz from the beach and stuff like that. I don't care. Cape Town is the new Eden Park. Box never lost there. You sure they never lost at Cape Town? Okay. I don't think we'll play as badly as we did. But is that enough if we just play better? I'm putting it this way. All Blacks were a 9 out of 10. And we were about a 5, maybe a 4. If the All Blacks keep their standards, we can't just play better. We got to play a lot fucking better. I mean, we are the double world champions. We were the world number 1. Now we're the world number 2. Cool thing is, if we win on Saturday, it changes back and forth. Nas Botha can make a bloody comeback if Dion Fourie and Kobus Reinach are in this squad. They're 39 and 40 respectively, man. I honestly thought at number 9, we need a good number 9. Is Dion Serfontein still got his jersey? Can we call him up? Look, I thought our decision-making was also not good. We were down 16-19 just before halftime. We should have taken the 3 points. Gets you to halftime. You know, you're feeling okay. I'm not happy with the... Not happy. No. Look, I'll put it out there again with you. I don't want to see Sia because I don't think he's 100%. I like Dion Fourie. Great player, great person, great everything. But if we're bringing 40-year-olds, what is that? What is that telling you about the Springbok setup? If we're bringing in 40-year-olds. And I didn't want to see, I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to see Sasha on the bench. Oh, we were fucking headless. Grant Williams and Sasha from Feinberg Zulu were like chickens with their head cuts off. They were running around making shit decisions. Let's be honest. No, we need somebody with brains there, man, especially in that position. The number 10 and the number 9 are like 2 quarterbacks in football. You can't have Jameis Winston and not. You need Tom Brady, man. You listen here, little fire. From a Kiwi well said. I thought we look. Going into halftime, I was freaking overconfident going into halftime. I thought our scrumming was fantastic. I thought we had a great first half. And then the shit hit the fan, man. That's like some idiot, on a ship. You're driving and you piss against the wind. That's what happened to us. Rassie looked rattled. He didn't. Huh? We actually lost against the British Lions. Irish one. I know, but look, the rugby players don't really earn that much as well. It's not football players. They're not getting £300,000 a week. But guys, that's the show for today, guys. Listen here, thanks a lot, man. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for everybody's comments. They're much appreciated. Do remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. You can become members. And hey, this channel is going to be stacked the whole week with rugby. We got the All Blacks playing the Lions tomorrow. We got the New Zealand team lineup announcement for the game against the Springboks. Then on the weekend, we got pre-game shows, early morning shows, day after shows, player ratings. This week, we only had player ratings for the Springboks this weekend because it was my anniversary and I had to, couldn't do everything. But this weekend we're having All Black player ratings. We're having Springbok player ratings shows. So it's going to be fantastic, man. Guys, I just want us all to have great rugby. Isn't it better? Isn't it just fantastic we can watch good rugby? I mean, this is better than the Football World Cup because the players are decent, man. Hunter Prime. Yes, 9 and 10. I said solid access. There you go. So many keyboard coaches. Rassie made the subs for a reason. Trust him and go Booker. Like I said, Rassie has forgotten more about rugby than I'll ever know. And we trust, in Rassie, we trust the GOAT of all time. Guys, I'm off. Have a wonderful day. And all I got to say, I'm sorry for all you New Zealanders. Go Booker.